Beautiful day it is. Welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Jadiel Kabiro. It's a pleasure, it's a joy, it's an honor to have you for political conversations that I hope will build this country even as we're progressing towards this year's general elections on August 9th. I'm joined by Herman Manyora. So how are you doing today?
Herman Manyora is good. Yes.
Everything is fine with you?
Everything's fine. I can't complain.
You're in Mombasa?
I was in Mombasa, yes.
Any goodies you brought to us?
Oh, nothing. I just talked to people and I took my plane back to Nairobi. Yes.
Your plane back?
Service to community.
Service to community, that's what you're doing?
Yeah, holding conversations around the country with people about what's going on in this country.
What were you talking about in Mombasa?
Well, about politics and about the economy of this country with an impending election. I was talking to professionals, ISPAC accountants, and we had a lively discussion.
You're a lecturer of linguistics and you're talking about economics.
That's where I belong.
Yeah?
I'm a man who can swim in many different waters.
Okay, let's get into today's political conversation. But wait a little bit. We did have this live video on Friday.
Yes.
A little bit of some blunders here and there when it comes to our internet.
I know.
It was raining. People were complaining what happened.
How come we didn't know rain could interrupt our shows? And
there were so many things that...
To learn. Simple things like adjusting sound.
Yeah.
What else was a problem?
I think it's just that. But our lighting was good this time.
And then another problem is you wanted, I don't know how you say it, the resolution or whatever. You went to 4K. And many of our viewers will be using small gadgets like phones, and you need to do it at either 1080 or 720.
We are working on that. But trust me, on Monday, tomorrow, we'll be doing it.
We apologize for those who didn't like what we gave them on Friday. And it will be good. It will be better.
It will be better.
It was the second show after all. Yeah, when I was almost down and disappointed, my son told me, but these things happen even in TV stations. Yeah. But we don't want them to happen again.
So on Monday, we'll be coming live to Jadiel Kabiro
It's
Live.
good we know where the problems are.
Yeah, so Jadiel Kabiro Live will be coming to you on Monday, Wednesday and Friday from 7:30 to 8:30 in the PM. Maybe we'll be extending depending on the hot conversation.
But while there, I'm thinking perhaps we need to have a better location. Why don't we involve our fans and followers? If they know of a place, a hotel or a venue where we can do the shooting from, especially the live event, we will be more than grateful.
Okay.
Yes.
We partner.
We
partner.
If you are our follower, you are our fan, you are our supporter, and you know of a venue like a hotel or something like that, please let us know. Yeah, we can partner together. Be very happy. Yeah.
Actually, it's advantageous to both of us because we get to market your hotel on our shows, and then we get to have a place that is better looking. But until let's have a conversation for today. Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission locked out Kalonzo Musyoka from vying in this year's presidential elections. And the big question is, was Kalonzo going to be a horse in this year's elections? Are we going? Is it a great loss to the country, him not vying this time round?
What Kalonzo Musyoka should do is to go to Sekulu, where he comes from. I see he's a good farmer. He keeps livestock and everything. Let him get a good goat, or several, and deliver to IBC. They have saved him from embarrassment. He should take them a goat or two.
He should be grateful.
He should be very grateful to a fellowship party. Take him the best goat he can get. Because they have saved him from serious embarrassment.
You're saying you wouldn't have made any impact in this year's election?
Telling you, it would have been very bad. You would have gotten about less than a third of the Kamba votes.
A third?
Because everybody would know he's going nowhere. That will mean Ruto will get votes, Raila will get votes, he'll get a few.
Okay.
So,
even if he's a kingpin?
Imagine somebody like Kalonzo, who got almost 1 million votes in 2007, coming this many years later to get 250,000 votes. It would be terrible.
For him, he should go back to Azimio, you think?
Of course he's there already. That's his home. You don't leave home just like that. There must be really compelling reasons for you to leave your home. Look at him, David. He looks awkward. You leave home. Where are you now? Surely if you leave your home, there must be a reason for leaving. Look at him, David.
Is home for you under the wings of Baba? Is that
not
home?
Under the wings of
Baba? What is home for you?
You know, I have said this repeatedly. There is a natural habitat. Natural habitat. The natural habitat for Kalonzo Musyoka, the natural habitat for Musalia Mudavadi, especially Musalia Mudavadi, is with Raila in Azimio. That's the natural habitat. You can try other habitats, but you discover people have tried to translocate animals. They discover something as little as salty vegetation By the time the experts discover why this rhino is not doing well, it's just some habitat. Within the habitat, there is salt somewhere that interferes with animals. Something like that. So the natural habitat for Mudavadi is also a question of who can you inherit. Mudavadi can inherit Raila's votes. Kalonzo can inherit Raila's voters rather, constituency. But where Mudavadi has gone, can he inherit Ruto's voters?
Not at all.
No, not so.
When you say natural habitat, is it because of Raila's influence in the regions where they come from? Is that the reason?
From Mudavadi, yes.
Okay.
For, when people see differences in football between Gor Mahia and the FC, they don't know these people are the same. In fact, even blood-wise, there's more Luo blood in me, let me tell you, by the way, than Luya blood.
Even you?
Me. Actually, my name is Obondo. Yeah.
For real?
That's my name.
That's why you call yourself Bond?
Bond, I removed the 2 O's.
Why?
Yeah, just as a young man.
Opened your Bond?
No, that was just a young man. When the books we were reading,
James Bond.
James Bond and stuff like that. So there are many Luos who are Luyas and they know it. There are many Luyas who are, Let me give you a practical example. I hope I'm not taking your time.
No.
I gave some girl, some young woman, work to do for me at home. This telephone farming.
Yeah.
To make my dara, napier grass.
Yeah.
So yesterday I was supposed to send her some deposit. So I sent. She's actually wife to a nephew of mine. Remember last time I went home for a burial?
Yeah.
The brother of the boy, the young man I was going to bury.
Okay.
This is the wife. So I sent money and it came with a Luo name. Then I called her, the phone was off. She has just called me this morning. I said, well, Uncle, you said you were sending money. But I said, but I saw a strange name. She's from Mumias.
Okay.
Now I was trying to ask her why. She said, my grandmother is Luo, so that's how Luo. You see?
So Musalia
and
Raila can
there are even Luya clans like where Musalia comes from. If he's hearing Sanyaga, which is in Kalenjin, Luya and Luo. Then a big clan. All these are Luos. So even just culturally, there's more affinity between the Luo and the Luya that one may even want to appreciate. So
if Raila at the end of his tenure comes and says Musalia Tosha,
it will be natural. He doesn't even need to say it. If nobody stuck with the mistake he made, for example, of not going to Uhuru Park, he gave Ali Hassan Joe a field day to be Raila's heir.
Okay.
Because he didn't show up at Uhuru Park. Okay, people are beginning to forget that. Now, this time now, if he was used Raila, and I've always told people, what Mudavadi needs to do is to appear in Luo land more than Raila himself. Work with Raila and appear there more often than Raila.
Campaign in Luo
Not
land.
even campaigning, even funerals, weddings, all manner of social gatherings, you are there with them. It's a natural habitat. It's a natural inheritance for you. Now you go to Ruto, there's nothing you'll get there. After 10 years of Ruto's presidency, you are nothing.
What do you see even before?
So Kalonzo is the same.
Before we continue with Kalonzo, now that we're talking about Musalia Mudavadi, he's working with UDA party leader William Ruto right now, and he's campaigning in Western region. Can he be able to? Can he get those votes?
Nothing.
That
He will get nothing from Western. Excuse me. I have said Mudavadi would not bring to Ruto more votes than Ruto already had from Western. Forget about it. So
he himself doesn't have votes?
He doesn't have. What does he have?
He doesn't have anything.
I come from Viga, where he comes from. Ruto already had about 30-25% of the votes, including my own village. It's this Mother Karua magic that is changing things. But Ruto already had 30% of my village. Okay. My home village, I'm telling about Luombe.
Not even Raila?
Including my own homestead.
Raila with 70, Ruto is taking it.
Now, that could be going down a bit. But Mudavadi has never changed anything. Okay, now that he's with Ruto, he could, maybe in Viga, he could push to 40%. That's Viga, his home. He can't get even 50%.
So what is his future then? Before we continue with Kalonzo.
He's confused.
What is his future in politics after this year's election?
He has no future in politics. He's finished. Musalia, you will have to do business, not politics. If I was young, I would want to take over from him. Yeah.
You can take over from him?
Yeah, as a loyal leader. I've not tried, but if I try, I'll do it much better than him. But I don't have his money.
How about
people like Opalanya are good, but there's something they miss in politics, which Ruto has.
What?
Making friends. Making friends, helping people, inviting people to your home for a cup of tea. What I told he would do if he had the interest in politics, if he had the edge behind him. So Sisin was there. Somebody like I told you was younger.
Connections.
Oh yes, he reson people, you know, easy to make friends. You reach out to people. That's why Ruto has so many friends.
How about
People like Uhuru, you can't do like Raila and Uhuru. Uhuru has a family name. He's a Kenyatta. He doesn't need to do anything. That name is magic.
people want him?
Yeah, it's people who want him.
Not him.
No, it's magic.
Yeah.
Raila, the Jaramogi name. Is a legend. Jaramogi is a legend. It's a name. He doesn't want you. You want Raila. So if you are not Raila and you are not Ruto, you look for people.
Okay.
Kikuyus glorified Kibaki. After Matiba went, things happened to Matiba. They remained with Kibaki. They knew he was a coward. But they took up and molded him and kind of, so he also didn't need anybody.
Okay.
People are, so if you are Mdavadi, you have to know that you have to relate with people. Even Oparanya, he will not inherit Raila. He's my friend, but he cannot.
Who's likely to take over Western
It is,
post 2022?
there's somebody, I don't want to mention him because I could jeopardize his chances.
Yeah?
But I can mention
Who?
Natembea. That is a man. I fear if people hear this, they may not help him to be governor. That is a man. That is a leader.
Natambea.
Lawyers have been looking for somebody. Natembea.
He has everything he needs.
Yes. What he doesn't have is money.
And they
That is a leader.
come and get
Communities,
money.
Ruto did not buy the Kalenjin. He's a leader. You emerge and people say this, they follow you. Yeah, Ruto doesn't need to tell people come to me.
So Natembea
You
has
just
that.
emerge and you are a man.
He has that it that
Yes,
he
he has. The Manyora of my friend Hab, we call it inyasi. Something, when you talk, when you enter somewhere, when Natembea talks, when he enters, he's a leader. That is the next loyal leader.
Inyasi.
You know, Eugene and the rest can do whatever.
Even
They will
Eugene
not.
is out.
No, he's not.
How about what is the future then for Kalonzo Musyoka right now? I'm sure he's
The
probably
first thing for
thinking about
Kalonzo
the move
Musyoka,
that
you
he
must know,
wants.
he's not too old. Biden is the president of the United States of America.
Yeah.
He's more than 10 years old, older than Kalonzo.
Yeah.
More than 10. Kalonzo and I were almost age mates.
Okay.
So we are young people.
Yeah.
Sometimes we say we are young. Sometimes
Yeah.
Raila is 10 years my senior, but he's going to be president. So Kalonzo is still young.
Okay.
He must stop the childish games he's being engaged in. The first thing Kalonzo has to do is to call these young boys to order. Yes.
The likes of Mutula
Junior,
Jr.
Wambua, Manzo. Call them to order. When you are speaking, they should not speak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is he in a tight spot? Do you think he's in a
No,
tight
he's
spot?
putting himself in a tight. These are not his equals. Kina Mutua. He did what he's doing with Junior, Manzo, and the Wambua is what he did with the Mutuas until they grew horns.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
Call them out. You can't listen to go sit down to listen to Dan Manzo, then he goes to public, talks about you. No Kalonzo, no Raila. Call him to your office and tell him don't do that again.
Oh.
Yeah. This thing is beyond your weight. Don't talk about my relationship with Raila and Uhuru in public.
You know Kalonzo very well. Does he have that inyasi? You're calling it inyasi, the
Inyasi.
it thing that is, that will tame his the juniors in his side.
He has to have it. Otherwise, let him go and look after gods.
Sekulu.
It's people like me who can be politicians. I can't listen to boys.
Yeah?
Oh, no. In a session where I'm having tea with you, or Nyamachoma, yes, you talk. I listen to your ideas because young people have good ideas. I pick your ideas. But when I'm making decisions, I make decisions. And I consult fellow elders and senior politicians.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't be held, to be held ransom by small boys in politics.
Isn't this what?
You think Ruto can listen to these young people talking to him?
Because I was going to ask Raila, but is Ruto also the same?
Yeah, you can't
because
listen to them.
We
No.
see a question of democracy
Look at Ruto,
in
for
political
example.
parties.
I'm not saying he made a good decision, but look at it. All these MPs, and you know they're all young, and I've called them junior MPs. All of them, the Shungwas, young politicians, like Didi, all this, they were voting for Kindiki Kidure.
Yeah.
3 or so times. Out of 30,
Kidure was
Gashaga gets 4, Kidure gets 20 something. Let's take another. Let's have another take. Another take. Gachagua 4. But Ruto decided I will not listen to these young people. They'll take me in a ditch. Gachagua. I'm not saying the best choice, but I'm saying a leader will have to make the decision finally.
And that is what Kalonzo needs to do.
That's what Kalonzo is not doing.
If he goes back,
Listen to young people. They have ideas. Junior is an upright, is a serious young man. He has ideas to share with you. Listen to him. Give him opportunity. Give him your ear many times. Don't be far from these young people because I'm an old man. I like people like you. I learn a lot from you. Give them your ear all the time. But the blood is running like Malala you see in Western. If you are a Ruto and you are relying on Malala, you lose. You lose the governor and Ruto will not get the votes from Kakamega.
Polls are having...
You also need a seasoned politician. You needed to calibrate Kalwale, and through him and Washali, you'll get more votes than they have put Malala at the top of the campaign. He will lose the governor. Ruto will not get the 30% he needs. He's talking of 50. You will not get 30% in Kakamega.
Then what does this say? If you're looking at the polls...
If you are in Kakamega, look at Bungoma where he has people like Wetangula, seasoned politicians. He'll get more than 50%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's season...
yeah. Why is Ruto going to lose to Raila? Because his experience versus inexperience.
That's simple.
Oh, simple. Yes.
What should Azimio do if Kalonzo goes back now? Because
I like a gun called Reagan when he was standing against... Did a man called Walter Mondale, or I can't remember, quite a while back, in the 1980s. So the young man was during a debate. Then Reagan watched. And Reagan said, I'm not going to exploit my opponent's youth and inexperience. End of debate. Continue, yes.
Just like that. Raila experienced Ruto. What should Azimio do? Kalonzo is planning to go back. You've said he's going back. Maybe right now he's thinking about it.
Let them take him home. He's part of the family. He comes with votes, no doubt. When he comes to Azimio, he comes with votes. He levels, the ground was like this. Now he levels the ground. Raila fishes 30% of the votes, then 70% of the votes. It's good for Raila. Let Ruto get the other 30.
Will he still have that place because he left Kalonzo? Will he still have the Prime Minister's position?
He should be given, although there are people who are looking at Ngilu as a better occupant of that office. Then Raila will have sealed the deal. Okay. I mean business about gender. I give women in this country, young girls, our young grandchildren and young daughters, young granddaughters and daughters, have people to look. They have an inspiration in Ngilu, an inspiration in Mother Karua. It's a statement. And the support, even international, will be impossible.
But Kalonzo has
But now Kalonzo has been with him. It's not good to be that unfair. I know there are people pushing for Ngilu. Yeah, and she'll bring more votes than Kalonzo. Why? The votes in Ukambani will go down. Ruto will get more than Raila. But nationally, the image of Mother Karua and Ngilu at the top will bring in more votes nationally than the votes they will lose in Ukambani.
Because for Kalonzo,
but I'm also a person who feels it's not good to be unfair to friends. When people have been with you, it's not good to abandon them.
Let's take a look
even if they have made mistakes.
Let's look at finally the list that was presented by IEBC, the shortlisted candidates. We still have Mwangi wa Iria and Jimmy Wanjigi, both from Murang'a. What impact are they going to make as we are winding the conversation?
I think it's too late for them.
Okay.
Too late. They'll look at 2027. It's Jimmy who had it all. All! He fell prey to whatever a politician falls prey to. The moment you have announced you are running for office, people surround you, especially if you have some resources. What this does is they elbow out the people who would have helped you. Some have even been sent there strategically to make sure you are not doing well. To make sure they chase away people who would help you. Jimmy Wanjigi fell prey to that. I even looked at his running meta. He's a young man, I know, he's a good man, but I just have my own reservations.
So you're not seeing things
he's not going anywhere. He cannot even get 200,000 votes.
So for Raila...
Even 50,000 he will not get.
For Raila and Ruto, they should not worry. They should not worry about Mwangi wa Iria and Jimmy Wanjigi. They should not worry about it.
There's no runoff. Ruto will win or Raila will win.
Okay, let's end the conversation there. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's political conversation. If you liked this conversation, imagine listening to it live. So that's what will be happening tomorrow, right here on this channel from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. I promise, let me promise, it's going to be better than last time. But until we do have these conversations, have yourself a lovely rest of your day. I do hope you have yourself a lovely week ahead.